Deadpool negative. We're working on the shoulder. Back with another review, this time of 2099 Rage of Doom, written by Frank Tieri and drawn by Randal. Last year, in the middle of the, excuse me, last year in the middle of the One Nation Under Doom crossover, a Doom 2099 one shot came out. And it was kind of confused. I mean, I read it because I'm a Frank Tieri fan, but it was just interesting. It shows it was about a Doom from the year 2099 going back in time and trying to get the One Nation Under Doom to stop what he was doing, and because of something was going to happen. And it kind of was slid under the radar, I thought, but did well enough to greenlight a sequel, probably because of the ending, in which you find what Doom 2099 was trying to get Doom 616 to realize was that eventually Doom pulled off a trick that wound up killing everyone on Earth, and he'd been kind of trying to fix it for a whopping 70 years, um, with no success. And all Doombots. He made Doombots of all the superheroes in Valeria, and it was kind of one of those great. It was one of those Frank Tieri stories where like there's like one surface, and there's a trick at the end that kind of flips things. I wouldn't say flips it, but moves everything to the side a little. So you're like, oh, so it's actually, it was quite tragic. And I didn't hear much buzz about it. I enjoyed it. Didn't get a chance to do a video about it, but it sold well. Apparently, sold well enough to greenlight a sequel, Doom 2099 Rage of Doom. And at this point, we find out exactly what happened. Doom, to finally defeat everyone, Doom pulled off a spell that was meant just to kill the heroes, but the nature of the spell was such that, as Doom tells it himself, I believed it could be utilized to vanish my foes, but instead, it vanished everything. Every man, every woman, every child, heroes, villains, my own people. Every living thing that walked upon the earth, that swam in its seas, that flew in its skies, gone as it all never existed. And so, therefore, he'd won, but he was as he says at the end of the one shot, I'm a ruler of nothing. And at this point, the time platform is broken. So, as you can see on the cover, he tries to. There's only one man who could help him fix the time portal. Now, the cover will make you think this is set up to be a Doom versus Ultron story. And it is somewhat, for part of it. I would say the third act. The story's, again, it's stories like about one thing and then about another. Because there's a subtle conversation between Valeria and Doom, and how, Valeria is the only person he's had true affection for. Um, and he made her as the most self-aware of the Doombots. And it brings up something you probably wouldn't have realized if you read the first one shot. Like, why is he having all these Doombots looking like his old enemies? And how do they feel about it, even though they're Doombots? And so, again, I don't want to spoil it, but Tieri pulls a pretty interesting trick. And again, moves the story towards something like it's about one thing, Doom battling Ultron, but what causes that battle is something very different. And that's why I've always kind of liked Tieri's work. He always finds a way to like tilt the characters in a way I find like interesting. Like Wolverine, like, he found himself beset by people who were kind of insane about his abilities and powers and reputation. Or like Wolverine himself would be like, I don't really have any stake in this. I just do it for fun. Um, I always found that interesting. Like, there always used to just be this human element to his Wolverine stories and some of his one shots. And he can be fun. He can be funny, but he can also he's not perfect, but he can be funny. And I didn't love this one shot, but I liked it a lot because it tells a really sad story about how Doom learns one lesson, but he doesn't learn all the lessons that he needed to learn. I don't like how it ends because it doesn't. But I'll just say it doesn't end. But again, it's like the way Tieri works with characterization. And while the artwork by Randal isn't perfect, like some of these shots, like he likes hiding his faces in some of these shots. But like he has a great, you can look at this. Again, there's something I want to show you. I wish I could show you art-wise. That would be kind of a spoiler, but it would be too much of a spoiler for me to use. Again, like that's what makes it fascinating. Doom learns one lesson, but he doesn't learn the right lesson. He doesn't learn. He's learned the shame of ending human life, but he hasn't learned the value of human life and sentience. And that makes it a kind of a powerful one-shot and worth reading. So if you see it in the store, go and pick it up. Anyway, that's me, Deadpool Negative, and I will see you next time.